being very careful too, real cautious that I'm, watching what I'm doing real close, because it's all new to me right now. This rig, I noticed one thing on 60 meters. It was. I said, how am I going to tune it? They've got it programmed into memory, so that it's on the sideband. So you can't click it over to AM for a carrier. It's pre-programmed that way. So I figured it out. You gotta put a little bit of some audio into it, and I got it tuned up, But that was the only issue I found so far, Jim. Over. KC2MKI.
Roger, Brian. I'm not sure where 60 meters is. Let me see here. It's between 40 and 80. I don't ever visit 60 at all. It's either 40 or 80. Roger.
Yeah, right in between 40 and 80. There's a pretty neat little band there. It's channelized in that. There's 5 channels, actually. What I find that I really enjoy about it is nobody can move right in on top of you. You got plenty of room in between you, So it makes operating, it makes the frequency really quiet usually. That's one of the things I enjoy about it. Obviously I wouldn't be able to tune my amplifier up there. You can't run. I think it's limited to 100 watts on EO there, Chip, as far as power output. And your limited bandwidth, too. You have to run, I think it's around 2.6 or 2.4. But, yeah, it's a neat band, though. It's pretty fun. KC9VKV, KC2MKI. I'll tell you, my favorite is right here,
Oh, Roger, yeah, me too. 40 or 80, and I don't do too much on the other bands. They're, pretty marginal, a lot more marginal than 40 and 80. So try to go where most of the stations are. Now on this 60, you say that's that 60 meters is in channels, frequency channels.
Yeah. There's 5 channels to it, and you're not allowed to stray off of frequency. You have to, be on that channel. There's no chance that somebody can splatter you, from an adjacent frequency. And it's channelized. It's kind of odd, But like I say, it really works well. It keeps people from coming real close on your frequency. It's pretty neat to know that you'll never have to deal with that while you're on that band,
Roger. Well, never say never. Sometimes solid state amps, overdriven, have a tendency to splatter pretty badly.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And even tube amps, if they don't know how to use them right, they'll splatter like crazy if they don't tune them up right.
Roger. And what is the optimum time for 60 meters as far as conditions?
Well, probably about now. It's strange because it's got a bit of a, it kind of shares characters between 75 and 40. It's in between them now, so I think it functions quite well throughout the day. and it probably goes pretty long at night. So, yeah, it shares the properties between the two bands there, Jim.
Roger, Roger. So as 40's winding down, the 60's still hanging out there to what? Probably between, say, 5 and 10 or 11 p.m. for 60 meters?
Yeah, it's probably going long about that time. I primarily operate, late morning, early afternoon, and I hear some good conversations going on 60, and have had a few myself that I enjoyed a lot. So I'm not really sure about later at night, but I would guess that it's going long, starting to go long later in the evening, or early evening rather. Kind of like these bands do, But yeah, I haven't played there much. I was just tuned down there, and I didn't hear any big signals today when I was there. So, yeah, I went there to see how in the world was I going to tune this radio there, because it's channelized. It's pre-programmed in my memory channels. And it's programmed by the mode, which is USB or CW. You can use CW there too. And you can't put it in the AM mode or RIDI. So he says, well, how am I going to load my antenna? But I figured it out. I ended up just putting a little tone through the microphone, and was able to load the antenna that way. But I found that kind of odd, that they actually restricted the mode, that I couldn't change the mode on the radio. Of course, if you modify the rig, you'll be able to do it, but I'd rather not do that. I don't want to modify the radio,
Oh, roger that. Let's see. Does your radio have auto-tune?
Auto-tune. Like a tuner. Yeah. But the tuner would not load that band. The built-in tuner on the rig would not load that band. So I've got to load it with the outboard tuner. I'm using ladder line, So I pretty much have to rely on the outboard tuner.
Roger. Well, you're serious using a ladder line for sure, man. Yeah. How do you get that through the wall?
Yeah. And this is Kilo Charlie 2 Mike Kilo India. I'm actually using COAX, two identical lengths of COAX. Short run from the tuner to outside, and I've the shields I've got shorted together on the outside, and I'm just using the centers for feed. So I've got one center on one coax to the tuner, the other center from the other coax to the other side of the tuner, and then those connect to the ladder line, obviously, on the outside. And it works quite well, but you have to short the shields together and ground them, ground the shield. QSL.
Okay, so you're using the 450 ohm output of the tuner to the high side of two pieces of coax, and you've got the shields tied together and grounded, and then you make it outside, and then you hook to your ladder line on the high side of each piece of coax.
Yeah, right. And it's worked really well for me. Doing it that way. and it keeps the RF out of the shack too. So that was the biggest thing, and then running it outside too. You didn't want the ladder line touching anything really when you're taking it through the wall. So yeah, it worked out great. It worked out great that way, Jim. Over.
Roger. Well, your signal attests to that. Are you running that now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the only antenna that I've got here is the 80-meter doublet. I just moved to this location not long ago here in Medina. So it's kind of it's a very new system to me that I used to use COAX fed. It was a fan dipole, and I'm sure you know what that consists of. A single fed dipole for several bands. That's what I always used in the past. So this is definitely a different animal. Go ahead.
Roger. Now, what kind of SWR are you running right at the moment using your coax feed on the 450 ohm leads out of the tuner?
What type of tuner?
What kind of SWR are you running right now?
Oh, it's flat. It doesn't move off the bottom. The tuner I'm using is a Palstar.
Roger. And what would you say, 1.2 to 1 or something like that?
Yeah, it doesn't move. Doesn't move off the bottom. Sometimes it'll budge off the bottom when the wind kicks up. It's been very windy today, so sometimes it'll come off the bottom just a bit. Now, if I went direct without the tuner, though, I don't know what the SWR would be. Direct without tuning it, it's probably sky high.
Roger, I understand. Well, hook or crick, it's working great, man. Don't change a thing.
Yeah. Because understand this is a dipole that was cut for 80 meters. It's actually a little longer. It's a little bit longer than it should be for 80 meters, but that's okay though. I've been able to tune it on all bands that I've used it on, which would be 80, 40, 60. I forgot 60. Let's see, 20 and 17. I haven't tried it on any of the higher bands yet, though. I'm not a big DXer, I'm almost glued to 40 meters, to be honest with you.
Roger that. Yeah, I use 40 in the daytime and 80 at night. I like 80 a lot because of, the stick-to-itness of the conditions. They'll 80 meters after, say, 10 p.m. It just goes on and on and on. They don't usually fade out too much, whereas 40 tends to be, even on a good day, somewhat more erratic as far as conditions hanging in there than 80, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. Well, I tell you what, though, you've been hanging right in there. No trouble at all. I don't have my computer hooked up here. What's your location there, Jim?
We're 3 miles from downtown Louisville on the Indiana side of the Ohio River in New Albany, Indiana. Roger. Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, and the name is Jim.
Yeah, holy cow. I say that because I was working Indiana late this morning, and he was really coming in strong. Oh God, I got him written down here somewhere. Where is it? KC9VKV was in Indiana, and of course I've got a good friend of mine, Mark. KB9UMI is in Indiana, and those guys were booming in this morning, and you're still coming in here good. So must have I don't know. KC2MKI.
Roger, Jim. We got some QRM coming out. I don't know whether it's a commercial station coming up or not, but do you have QRM on your side?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yeah, there sure is. Oh, geez. You know, I cursed us just now, you know.
Roger, you want to shift up to 7223 or something?
Yeah, sounds good. We'll QSY. KC2MKI.
This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor.
Yeah, we got you there, no problem. KC2MKI.
I think we might be camping on somebody's AM modulation there, I'm not sure. Hang on just a second there.
Yeah, I see a carrier.
Seems to have cleaned up some now. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor.
Yeah, was there a station on frequency?
Seemed to be about 3 KC off.
Yeah, I heard a voice just now. Who was that? Kilo Bravo 3, Whiskey Bravo Echo. Okay, I got KB3. Whiskey Bravo Echo. Hey, good afternoon. Or good evening. We got Brian here, KC2MKI in Medina, New York, and Jim over there in Indiana. Over?
QSL, yeah, I don't want to interrupt your conversation. I just want to let you know you both sounded awful well. We got Gerard here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And you and Jim both are just sounding awesome today. So I was just sitting there listening to your cue, so I'll be on the side listening, just wait for you guys to get done.
Okay, Gerard. Yeah, I lost you a little bit on the last over. Did you hear him, Jim?
Oh, Roger, yeah, I picked up on that last part. He was well into what probably would be 10 over or 15 over. Like I said, I don't run my receiver quite the way other people do. I've got I run attenuated, about 15 dB attenuated, and then I bring the RF and the AF up together, locked together to what I need. I'm looking for about 2 dB into AGC compression, and I'm saving the rest of the AGC for somebody that keys up with a 60 over, doesn't take my head off, Roger.
Yeah, that's a good idea, for sure. So, yeah, he come in good there at first, then he got a little light, but I think he said he was going to go back to listening. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I took my old radio, my FT950 off the bench here about 3 days ago. I sold it to my friend Dana. He needed a good radio, so and that, I'll tell you what, that FT950 was a good radio for me for about 9 years. I love that radio. So and I ordered this one here on Wednesday, I believe, Wednesday. And I got it here Friday afternoon. And of course I was at work, so I didn't get to hook nothing up here until this morning. Yeah, I've been having fun ever since with the new radio, Jim. Probably been neglecting everybody else, over.
Well, we all have our, the things that we have to do. You got to keep those priorities straight, and obviously the radio is the priority. And Brian, I think you've got that radio just about perfect. I would take some duct tape and kind of tape those controls down, because you are absolutely perfect, and your audio's really great. Now, tell you, I've got a YouTube page called Jim Ferguson's Radio Story, and it basically celebrates 50 years of commercial radio and my career, so to speak. And I've got about 500 segments in there of all different kinds of specials and stuff that I've produced along the way. And I've just started a new series called QSO Vlog, which has to do with amateur radio and the various aspects of that. And QSO's where we discuss things, and probably be posting this one by tomorrow. About, we're talking about the 60-meter band, which nobody ever talks about, and also your transmission line out of your tuner, which is kind of unique. So you might check it out. What you could do would be to go to YouTube and do a call letter search. Go to YouTube and search Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. I'll repeat that: Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and that'll bring up all the QSO episodes, which there are about 30 some odd right now. Roger, Roger.
Oh yeah, that'll be neat. That'll be neat. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. And I'll probably end up following you, because I work for about 10 hours a day usually, Monday through Friday, and I'm always looking for something to, when I get a little bit of time, something to entertain me. And I look for a lot of different YouTube videos and stuff like that, amateur related mostly. So yeah, it's right up my my lake there, my boat. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I wrote that down too. Yeah, that's awesome. With working so much and stuff, I don't get a lot of free time, so I think that's probably why I don't get involved in doing stuff like that, Plus, I'm still got two boys living at home. They're 14 and 17 now. So I spent a lot of time with them, with those guys. As a matter of fact, we were downtown Buffalo yesterday for a what game was that now? A lacrosse game, and it's quite fun. It's a lot of fun. But I'll tell you, it can be expensive. They sell, soda pop, for instance. A small, a glass of soda, a glass of pop costs about $5. $5 for a glass of pop. I can't get over that. That's such a ripoff, It's not even right. What can you do, though? They restrict you from taking any pop in the building, so you can't bring your own in. Otherwise, well, I'll tell you what, I'd be bringing my own in. KC9VKV. But they got you because I love the heck out of that stuff, going and enjoying that a game or something like that. KC2MKI, Medina, New York, in Buffalo. And that was downtown Buffalo, by the way.
Roger, downtown Buffalo. One other thing we're doing on our receiver, KC9VKV, is we've got a DBX Type 1 noise reduction unit tied to the audio out of the receiver, and we're running in the decode mode. And what that does is cut about 15 to 20 dB noise level off of the residual noise. So it's more, the end product is more like a telephone line than a HF line. Roger, Roger.
Kilo 4 Lima Lima.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's neat. Yeah. So it's a lot more comfortable to listen to. I know there's a lot of guys that they hook the radio up to a stereo system and all that, and they put the signal through big speakers and stuff. I was always thought of doing something like that, but I don't know if I'd get away with it. I don't know. I'd probably end up with RF coming through the receiver, because it's amplified. I never had any luck with that. With amplified speakers, So, hey, there was a station break in there. I recognized LBL, I think it was. Yeah, go ahead. This is KC2MKI.
Oh, Roger. I don't think you recognize me. I said it really fast. It's KK4LL. Please excuse the interruption there. I think it's Rich and Jim. Jim and I think Brian. Just wanted to offer something to you there. Like I said, I think it's Brian, KC2MKI. I heard you talking that you have an FTDX 1200. I'm running an FTDX 3000. And I just ran a recording of maybe about a minute and a half of your audio. If you don't mind, I can send it to you. You can hear what you sound like, and start playing with the parametric equalizers that you got in that radio. If you want me to send it to you, otherwise I'll just delete it. It's up to you. KK4LL.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, that would be great there. What was the name there again?
Oh, I didn't give it. Name here is Garth, Golf, Alpha, Romeo, Tango, Hotel, Garth. And I just clicked on your email address on your QRZ page. I'll go ahead and just throw it on there as an attachment and send it to you. If you want, you can go to my QRZ page, KK4LL, and I've got some parametric equalizer settings that are working for me, but I'm running a Heil mic. So, to work on, getting your settings on the radio. Anyway, I just wanted to offer that to you. I don't want to hold up the rest of your queue, so I just want to jump in there and take this opportunity. I'll wave my hand at both you gentlemen, and I'll let you get back to your queue. So, Roger.
Yeah, hey, thanks for everything there, Garth. Yeah, appreciate it. I know I'm nasally. That's just I've got a cold. I've got a really bad head cold, and I'm struggling just to talk. But so I know that I'm nasally. This is a bad time to do any adjusting, But yeah, if you would, I'd love to hear that. Give me some idea as to where to go, anyway. If just to leave it alone. But yeah, I appreciate it there, Garth. And my email is good on QRZ. So and you're KK4, right? Kilo 4LL.
Yeah, that's right. Kilo 4 Lima KK4LL. Excuse me. Yeah, I threw a couple of things on my page about getting settings that we're running kind of cousins on the radios. The 1200, 3000. At least their menu systems are going to be the same, and you can work on what you want to work on. I'm still learning mine too, so it's going to take some time, but that's all right. You'll get familiar with it. Anyway, please excuse the interruption. Wanted to toss that in there. I'm trying to think if there's something else. Oh, the only thing I might offer in terms of your audio, and I understand you got the head cold going. One thing I hear, and maybe the other gentleman there, I believe it was Jim, maybe can help confirm this or not. It just sounds a little on the bassy side, at least for long-distance communications. That's just my impression. That's just why I ran the audio for you. But it's straight out of the box for you. So that's the way it goes. Either way, let me clear with you. Let me get find where this recording thing is on my computer here, and I'll get it. That's the QSO guy. This is Garth, KK4LL. And by the way, I'm down here around Asheville, North Carolina. Anyway, take care, gentlemen, all right? KK4LL, I'll be clear with everyone.
Okay, yeah, very good, Gareth. And, yeah, thanks for stopping by. I could definitely remove some bass if it's got too much going on there. With the EQ there. 73. Jim, were you hearing Gareth at all?
A little bit. There's towards my noise level, but I had a copy on him. Brian, we're going to jump out here. Say threes to you, sir. We enjoyed the QSO. If you get a chance, check out your QSO again. It's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor on a YouTube search. Roger, Roger.
Yeah, QSO. Now you actually told me to lock down the settings. He was saying there was too much bass on the signal. But what do you think?
Oh, I think it's fine. I don't think it's too much. It's it's conversational. It's not contesty where you roll out all the bottom. It's got some timbre to it. And I would wait till I got rid of the cold before I did anything definitive. Right.
Yeah, my voice is probably several octaves lower than normal. So, yeah, no doubt about it there. Yeah, I agree. And that's what he was saying, too. He's going to send me a recording, so I'll be able to check that out and decide, too. Hi, 7-3 there, Jim. Thanks for the nice chat. A nice cue, so I enjoyed it. And, we'll look for you again on the band. I'll be around here quite a bit. I've got next week off. I've got, 7 days off from work now, so we'll look for you again there, Jim, for sure. KC9VKV in Louisville, Indiana. It was KC2MKI in Medina, New York, right in between Buffalo and Rochester. 2 miles off the shores of Lake Ontario. 7-3.
Roger, Brian. It's Louisville, about 3 miles from downtown Louisville, Kentucky, on the Indiana side, though, in New Albany, Indiana. So threes, Brian, and catch you later. This is KC9VKV. And again, before we leave, sounds like you're rolling off bottom end about at 200 cycles. Sounds like you're pretty rolled out by 200 cycles, Roger.